Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Shifts and Pucks podcast news pack for Thursday, February 24th. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, also Facebook.com Shifts and Pucks, YouTube.com Shifts and Pucks, Twitch.com Shifts and Pucks. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, and also find us on the Area 51 Sports Network page and website, as well as we announced today that we're on the Area 51 Sports Network. So check us out there as well. And obviously, before we get to the hockey news, have to throw our thoughts towards the people of Ukraine today, as of course the news has been all over as Russia has invaded Ukraine, and you've seen the news, and we're not going to get into the depthness of that on here. There's lots of places to follow that for sure, but hockey is very much secondary for a lot of people right now. But thinking today about the people in Ukraine, thinking about the Ukrainian Canadians today, thinking of all of those people that have been impacted by the events of the last 12 to 24 hours. And it will affect hockey. Of course, we're expecting to hear, it does have a hockey connection. We expected to hear from Alex Ovechkin tomorrow. We have North American players playing in the KHL, and that is, they have sent their families home. And of course, again, the World Juniors will be in Russia's supposed to be in Russia in 2022, and I imagine that will probably change. But that's a couple of early things that we'll have on the impact page in terms of how this will impact hockey going forward. So we are sending our thoughts to the people of Ukraine today as well. We'll touch on the games here. There are a total of 7, 8, 9 games in the National Hockey League tonight. The New Jersey Devils are playing in Pittsburgh to take on the Penguins. Penguins have lost 2 in a row, are 4 points behind the Carolina Hurricanes for the Metropolitan Division lead. The New Jersey Devils are now actually at 39 points, the second worst team. Has the second worst record in the Eastern Conference at 17, 28, and 5. So that will be one game that is today. We've got the Minnesota Wild taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Leafs, of course, are sitting in third place and have lost 3 in a row. They did lose overtime to Columbus. The Wild are currently in third place at 65 points, 1 point behind the Blues for second place in the Central Division. We have the Columbus Blue Jackets taking on the Florida Panthers. Blue Jackets, as mentioned, off that overtime win. Patrick Laine on a roll, one of the hottest players in the league right now, taking on the Florida Panthers, who had their home winning streak snapped there against the Nashville Predators. And we've got Tom Wilson and the Washington Capitals taking on Artemi Panarin and the New York Rangers. This also has not only wild card implication and, of course, rivalry implication. The Rangers are 4 points ahead of Washington in the Metropolitan Division and with 2 games in hand. So this will be, I think this is probably one of the games of the night. We'll get to the second one here in a second. The Dallas Stars are heading to Nashville to take on the Predators. That's also a huge game as well. The Nashville Predators in the Western Conference are holding the first wild card spot at 62 points. The Dallas Stars, based on their overtime win 3-2 yesterday, scoring the late goal against the Winnipeg Jets and tying the game and then winning in overtime, are 4 points behind the Predators. And of course, the second game of the night is Chris Tanev, Jacob Markstrom, and the Calgary Flames taking on the Vancouver Canucks, who are wearing their skate jerseys tonight. According to Batch Hockey, the Canucks had an optional morning skate. It was well attended, 16 skaters, no line colored sweaters, and no Bruce Boudreau as well. So no indication of what the lineup is. I suspect Jacob Markstrom will be starting a goal tonight for the Flames and probably against Thatcher Demko. We will see the skate jersey, and this is the first time since February 8th, 2020, that a full capacity of fans will be in the stands. And this will also be the first time that Chris Tanev and Jacob Markstrom will play in front of fans. So, and the Flames have an opportunity to set a franchise record for wins in a row with 11. So that is the other game of the night. We've got the Boston Bruins taking on in Seattle to take on the Kraken. The Bruins are 1-2 in a row and are holding the second wild card spot down. The Kraken have lost 5 in a row and have only won 2 of the last 10. Have the second worst record in the Western Conference. And finally, the other game is a historic night for Zdeno Chara, as he will set the record for games played by NHL defensemen as he heads to San Jose to take on the San Jose Sharks. In terms of the Devils, Dougie Hamilton is expected to return to the Devils tonight. He has missed the last 17 games, and so he'll be back. He had a jaw injury. He was injured back on January 2nd. And he was averaging 21-25 of ice time. Jesper Bratt will also return to the lineup, leading New Jersey in scoring 14 goals, 29 assists. He is expected to be back in the lineup today as well. Tony DeAngelo is out 1 month for the Carolina Hurricanes with an injury. He sustained it in the 4-3 overtime win against the Philadelphia Flyers on Monday, so that he'll be out for a while. The Leafs' Michael Bunting has been fined $2,000 for diving against the Pittsburgh Penguins in their last game, or when they played the Pittsburgh Penguins. It is based on NHL Rule 64, which is designed to bring attention to and more seriously penalize penalties and teams who repeatedly dive. And so this is a $2,000 fine for Michael Bunting. And that was from a game from Pittsburgh on February the 17th. And as well, the NHL and NHLPA and Tik Tok have announced a partnership. It's a content to showcase players, music artists to play at outdoor games. That was announced yesterday. Partnership, you'll see in-ice branding, the introduction of the Tik Tok Tailgate series of 2 upcoming marquee events. It's now the 2022 Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series on February 26th in Nashville, and the 2022 Tim Hortons NHL Classic March 13th in Hamilton. And you'll hear there'll be there'll be who wore it best, getting dressed with the best. There'll be a number of different segments. Heidi Browning, NHL Senior Executive Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer, says Tik Tok is an extremely influential entertainment platform with a growing audience of Gen Z users. So expect more Tik Tok content from the NHL. And of course, I would want to also make sure that we touch on this yesterday. Roman Amarov, he was the Toronto Maple Leafs first round pick in 2020. He will be out for the rest of the KHL season. He has been diagnosed with a brain tumor. He'll be out for the rest of the season. He was injured 10 games into this third season with Salavat Yuliv Ufa of the KHL. Dubas said that our medical staff has been involved throughout the process alongside UFA's, and we are in direct contact with the facility on an ongoing basis to monitor his treatment and care. That out of respect for Rodion and his family, the club will not have any further comment on his time. So Rodion Amarov, the Maple Leafs have made a video of support for him, and that's nice. So all the best for Rodion Amarov there as well. As far as some other buzz that is going on tonight to be aware of, Zach Werenski is out day to day for the Bruins. Brad Marchand, we'll touch on him in a second, but Zach Werenski day to day because of an upper body injury, will not play against the Panthers. Brad Marchand will play tonight against the Seattle Kraken. His same suspension is over. Jordan Greenway is not expected to play tonight for the Wild against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Jake Muzzin, of course, placed on LTIR by the Toronto Maple Leafs. He was hit in the 5-2 loss on Monday to the Montreal Canadiens. Nathan MacKinnon did not play against Detroit last night because of a lower body injury. Jujhar Khaira will be likely out for the regular season after the forward had back surgery on Tuesday. His last game was January 17th in a 3-2 shootout loss to the Seattle Kraken. He was in concussion protocol on December the 7th, so he's had a tough year for him as well there. And the other things that we want to touch on here, just in terms of the CHL, there is a new number one in the CHL. It is the Edmonton Oil Kings have taken over number one in the CHL's top 10. Edmonton Oil Kings number one, Everett Silvertips number two, Winnipeg Ice number three, Charlottetown Islanders number four, Hamilton Bulldogs number five, the Shawinigan number six, Portland Winterhawks 7, 8 Kamloops Blazers 9, Kingston Frontenacs 10, Flint Firebirds. The honorable mention this week is the Seattle Thunderbirds, North Bay Battalion, and the Acadie Bathurst Titan. The Oil Kings, for the third time this season, are in the top 10, number one in the top 10. And the Kamloops Blazers announced the signing of Harrison Brunicki today. He is a defenseman with the South Island Royals. He'd here. So just give me one quick moment. Yeah, so they've signed him to the deal, and he's from Calgary. He was played as a part of the Calgary Royals. 6 goals, 11 assists, 17 points in 29 games this season. So new acquisition in Kamloops as well. So that is the news pack for the 24th of February. Follow us individually on Twitter. We, of course, remind you of the word of the week, which is in Mondays and Wednesdays podcast. Follow us individually on Twitter. Sean Beardy, Canucks03, Tyler TNOBLE, Chris Schneidz, SCHNEIDZ, Devin Gordhow 09. I am KEVOLE, Shifts and Pucks on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or wherever you get your podcasts. Of course, also follow Area 51 Sportsnet as well. Thanks, everyone, for listening and watching. We'll talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.